Coming up on the program tonight, training already for next year's Relay for Life, the road trial in Matamata, and do the public trust the police? Kia ora, welcome to Central News for Wednesday the 3rd of December. I'm Hilary Entwistle. Currently, a road trial is going ahead in Matamata. The new Hobbiton eyesight has benefited the community, but has caused a few problems with tourists stepping out onto the road to take photos. I caught up with Mayor Jan Barnes to see what the options are. Now, the medium strip trial in Matamata. Tell me, what's this all about?
Right. Well, Council has had some issues with traffic and with safety. So the Hatana Street, as we know, has, with the tourism that has come to town and the eyesight building, we had to address that. We couldn't leave it. We knew there was a health and safety issue there. And of course, congestion in our Broadway, with side roads coming on there from particularly Waharo Road East, and people wanting to move to the median strip. We needed to keep traffic flowing, and it is a bottleneck. So we've been big and bold, and we've decided that at this time of the year, probably the busiest, we needed to do a trial, and I emphasise that word trial.
So what's the feedback been so far then?
I think people aren't liking change, but I really implore them that if they could just give it some time to think a little bit about the way they do move around the CBD, think about Rawiti Avenue, think about coming down Arrow Street extension down to the clock. I know the people of Peria Road, Manuka Street are finding, they've got to go round. Maybe as they come from New World, they could go down Rawiti and then head on down to the clock that way. So it's keeping an open mind, please, because what will happen in the future? We know that congestion will get worse. We have at least 4 years until the Waikato Expressway is all connected up, and that will then show us just what volume of traffic, and particularly trucks, will choose that highway.
What's the feedback from the trucking community? Are they finding it easier? Because I mean, a majority of the kind of dangerous traffic around there is those big trucks, isn't it?
Yes, it must be very hard for them when they come into town from the roundabout and to inch along. I think a lot of them are choosing Mowbray Road from Waharoa and coming along Tower Road and exiting out the top to the Tauranga area, but yes, I think half the community do survive off our trucks, and the other half of our community find them an issue. So we are a community, we've all got to work together. I think the traffic slows in the CBD, but we do want to keep people moving, and that is why the left-hand turn, hopefully, merge like a zip. But we are trialling, and probably there will need to be a good discussion as to where we go after the trial. Should one be closed? Should the other be opened again? Should we have perhaps some other measures taken?
So you are keeping quite an open mind as
Definitely.
to, you could do one or other or both or neither.
Yes, definitely, Hilary. You never know till you give it a trial. And it was highlighted in July that we were looking at this. I have had several conversations with New World, with Matt, before the trial went ahead. But we don't like change as a community. So I'm just asking people to give it a go and let's see, because we can go back to the way we were, but I don't think it's going to solve our problems.
That eyesight has been, don't get me wrong, absolutely fantastic for Matamata and the wider region. Brings in so much money and it looks awesome too.
Puts us on the map.
Yeah, exactly. But it does cause problems. And do you really think that this just blocking out those median strips is really going to help?
Yes, I think that we need, as I say, an open mind. When you have got tourists backing out onto the road and you're trying to look right, you're trying to look to the middle and you're looking left, and then you've got tourists factored into that as well, I think we've got too much going on. We don't want to stop our tourists coming to the region. I think the Business Association or the eyesight, their motto was to stop traffic, and I think they are doing that. They're encouraging people to come, and I don't think that's a bad thing at all. We've just got to manage it. We've just got to manage the issues.
Yes, I suppose it's quite funny, isn't it? They wanted to stop traffic and they actually stopped traffic, but sometimes in a bad way. What about, have there been other possibilities like extending the footpath? There's parking outside the eyesight on the Broadway there. Could we extend the footpath out there instead so people can step back and take photos? Because quite often you drive down there and there's somebody stepping backwards onto the road and you've got this massive lorries coming through. It's a disaster waiting to happen.
I think there has been some footpath work done, and if you'll notice that the Information Centre have reconstructed their building and have got a great photography area around the side on Hatana Street. And of course there is a chance to go across to the Robert Harris corner and take your photo from there. I think no matter what we will do, it's called managing people. I think we do need to keep everybody moving, but slowly, and that's the thought process at the moment.
So you got this trial, and if you walk around Matamata, quite often you'll see these little questionnaires and comments and things like that on the shop counters. So you're going to trial it, people are commenting and whatnot. When's the end date of the trial?
We said for 3 months, so it's been going about 3 weeks now. We have those survey forms in New World and quite a few of the other shops around. And of course a lot more are talking to us on Facebook, and we appreciate that. So, but we're 3 weeks in, we've said 3 months. We may change the layout, we may open one and keep the other one closed. So please continue with your feedback, and if you are pleased with the way you think the traffic is moving, that you're not getting jammed, waiting for the car to move to the centre medium, if you feel like you are moving, bearing in mind midday, 3 o'clock, they will always be pressure points, Hilary. And Firth Street has been building for some time. But roundabouts, that's why so many of the roundabouts in New Zealand, people flow. Might be slowly, but they do flow. So we are keeping a very open mind.
What will you put there? Will you put some more pedestrian crossings, or are you just going to keep it as a medium strip?
We haven't got to that discussion, because we don't want to preempt what we may do. But when I was a young child growing up in Matamata, we used to have another median entry point down nearly opposite Paper Plus, and that was removed, and it was grassed and linked, and it's really rather beautiful when you come to town. We also, I believe the council previously had narrowed up the plots, and there was a real hue and a cry. But now it gives you that white line that you can back out and be waiting to join the merging traffic. So sometimes we don't like change, but if we can just keep an open mind and know that pressures are bearing on us, and they're good pressures. I mean, growth or numbers rising are a good thing. They're not necessarily. We've got to look at the half full.
To find out more about the trial and have your say, visit mpdc.gov.nz. Coming up next, Relay for Life. Welcome back to Central News on TV Central. The Relay for Life is one of the Cancer Society's key fundraising and community engagement activities. It's for people of all ages and fitness levels, as teams of 10 walk for 22 hours relay style. Next year, the Waikato Bay of Plenty Relay for Life is moving locations. Anne-Marie found out what makes the Relay for Life so special.
Well, the Relay for Life is a really unique event in the fact that it's teams of 10 or more people walking around a track constantly for 22 hours, and it goes overnight, so that symbolises that cancer never sleeps. So it's an opportunity for people that have been either diagnosed with cancer to celebrate their diagnosis, to remember the people that we've lost to cancer, and also to fight back against the disease that takes so much from us. So there's lots of entertainment, it's a really fun, festive atmosphere, and it's just a really family, fun event that everyone in the community can get involved with.
When's it going to be held in 2015?
So it's going to be held on the 7th and 8th of March in 2015, and it's going to be held out at the Mystery Creek Event Centre in the historic village.
It's the only Relay for Life for the whole of the Waikato Bay of Plenty division next year, isn't it?
No, this is it. This is it. So we were receiving registrations from teams, aren't we, from Tauranga and Rotorua, who are coming over here for it as well.
Maria, next year it's going to be held in quite a unique venue. Tell me about that.
Okay, well, Katrina can talk about the magic of that venue, but I was out there the other day, and certainly it's a venue that I think participants are going to absolutely love being in and walking around.
So where is it going to be held, Katrina?
So it's being held at the historic village at Mystery Creek Event Centre. So it's an opportunity for participants to walk around just beautiful settings. There's a gorgeous lake as well as historical buildings that have been beautifully restored. There is an old schoolhouse, there's an old chapel if anyone decides they want to renew their vows or anything over the weekend. There's also a forge, there's also an old top dressing plane, and it's just a really awesome venue that is only open to the public on select dates throughout the year. So it's a chance for people to sort of go and explore as well as taking part in Relay for Life.
Maria, why the move out to Mystery Creek Historic Village?
Yeah, well, it's been held in the city for quite a few years now, and so it was a good time to sort of look at freshening it up. And we had an opportunity to take this event out to Mystery Creek Event Centre, which is just a world-class event centre. And we're really excited about that. Logistically, it's going to be, it lends itself really well to an event like this. You know, the toilets are already there, the lighting is there, there are facilities and buildings that are there, whereas previously we had to bring marquees in. We don't have to do that now. It's all sort of set up. It's a bigger space, so we have a chance to grow that event more and more, and I think that's going to provide a lot of comfort and to the people that are there as well. There'll be a lot of people, so you know, all of these things have kind of played a part, and we're really, really excited about that opportunity to have it out there.
Traditionally, the course is in an athletic stadium or an oval or something like that, and people just walk around and around. Are people actually going to meander through the historic village for the relay?
Yeah, they are, and all of the buildings are going to be open. So there's even an old jail house, which we always have a team from Department of Corrections. So they've already sort of put their hand up and said, look, we'll take over the jail for the weekend and use that as part of their fundraising. So there's some old stock, so people will get like hung up in them, so it should be quite fun. Yeah.
How can people get involved?
Well, there are a few ways. Visit our website. That's the first way. Ring us on the contact details that people will see below, and they can just come into the office as well and register that way.
And how many people in a team?
It's 10.
Yeah.
10 per team, up to 10 per team. Yeah.
So the initial $200 registration fee, that covers up to 10 people, and for that it guarantees a tent site. It also gets every member in the team a t-shirt, as well as team breakfast, which gets served by the Westside Kiwanis Club on the Sunday morning for everyone, as well as a weekend long of entertainment and entry into the venue. So after that initial $200, it's $20 per person on top of that for the registration fee.
Maria, the key slogans for the Relay for Life are Celebrate, Remember and Fight Back. Tell me about those.
We're celebrating the fact that we have a lot of survivors from cancer, and in actual fact they'll be starting the relay off with a survivor's lap. We'll be remembering those who haven't made it beyond their, through their cancer journey, and we'll be fighting back against a disease that affects 1 in 3 New Zealanders. So it's just our chance to really get out there and do all of those things. Celebrate, remember, fight back together.
And Maria, where do the funds go that are raised at Relay for Life?
So we don't receive, Cancer Society doesn't receive any government funding directly, so we're really reliant on public funding, fundraising, donations, that kind of thing. And we're one of 6 Cancer Society divisions in the country, Waikato Bay of Plenty, so all the funds raised in this division stay in this division, which is really important for people to know. We've got a lot of streams that funding is directed to. So we have research, we're very strong and active in the research field, and so we provide a lot of funding towards research, cancer research. We have the beautiful Cancer Society Lions Lodge in Hamilton, which is an accommodation facility for people who come in from out of town, and they can stay there in a really lovely, serene, sort of supportive environment when they're having their radiation therapy. We provide a lot of services to people who have a cancer diagnosis, some fantastic liaison nurses who work directly with those people. We run a lot of other health promotion activities. We have our SunSmart promotion, which educates young children and preschoolers on the benefits of sun safety, and hopefully they won't get skin cancer later on in life. And so we put a lot of the fundraising effectively is to help our clients and also to provide education around the division on what people can do.
You remember those that we've passed with an amazing candlelight ceremony. Tell me about that.
So the candlelight ceremony takes place at dusk, and people can purchase candle bags, which are bags that have little tea-light candles in them, and they can be either decorated before the event or at the event. And they get placed around the track, and we're thinking about putting them all through the historic village this year to create just a really tranquil sort of area by the lake, so when people walk past they can see the candle bags that they've decorated in honour of the ones that they've lost. So the candlelight ceremony is just a time to reflect on that and to sort of also give hope to people that are still going through their cancer journey. And just, it's just a beautiful and really emotional time for a lot of people. So it's a really popular ceremony through part of the event.
To register, go to relayforlife.org.nz or phone 07903 5816 or call into the Cancer Society's office on the corner of Grey and Beale Streets in Hamilton East. After the break, your weather and the new project putting the police back into the community. Welcome back to Central News. Papamoa Police are piloting a new community contact centre to create more of a presence and open up a line of conversation between them and residents. The centre has been running for a month now. I found out if any lessons have been learnt so far.
It's probably still a little early to tell. It's about the more we do it, I hope that the more people will engage with it and the more people will tell each other that, hey look, the police are there. It's a bit word of mouth thing at the moment, so it's baby steps. And the aim will be that if it's successful or we're able to get something out of this, that we can take it into some other areas that might have the same stigma and see if we can identify any issues in there as well throughout the Western Bay of Plenty. So hence it being a pilot project here in Papamoa, that's where we've started at first. It's not a one-off, and yeah, hopefully any lessons learned or any extra tips or things that we pick up along the way, we can tweak and change. But at the moment, it's pretty successful. We're getting some good feedback, certainly being appreciated by, I could say, the majority of people in that area, and it's day by day, really.
How did it all come together? When did you decide, hey, let's just set up a community contact centre in Papamoa?
To be fair, it's sort of the credit really needs to go to Inspector Clifford Paxton, who's our Western Bay of Plenty area commander. He's decided that we needed to start doing a few more of these types of projects as part of our Prevention First initiative and getting into areas. He chose Papamoa as being the first one, not because of there being any particular issues, but more so because at Papamoa Station we're a small community station. We don't have a community constable currently assigned to that station. So this was an opportunity to put a little bit more staffing into the area and resourcing and to work with a particular segment of the community, and obviously if that works we can go to others and so forth. So.
What was the aim?
I think the aim overall was to increase public trust and confidence, and to and that's in the police itself, but also in the area where they live, and possibly to identify anything that, if there are any issues or groups of people that are causing issues, or any issues within certain family dynamics and things, that maybe we can get in early and put some other agencies in and some help to try and help those people as well before it potentially could blow out. Not saying that it would, but it's all that whole prevention thing really. We want to be at the top of the cliff, not the ambulance at the bottom of the cliff.
Why do you think there is a sense of no trust in the police in an area like this?
I don't even know if there is a sense of no trust. I think sometimes what we have is in certain areas within any part of New Zealand, that maybe the particular experience with some of those communities is only when something's happening that the police turn up. They may not have that interaction with the police at any other time. So the aim is for them to realise that the police aren't, particularly the young people I guess in the area as well, that the police aren't the ones that always have to come when something's going on. And I'm not, and having said that, we don't go there very often, to be fair. But it's a societal thing that what we're aiming to do is no different from there to another area in Papamoa, but the aim is that we really try and get in and be approachable.
The contact centre will be manned by police on Friday afternoons between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. To make a scheduled appointment, phone the Papamoa Police Station on 07 572 2440, but appointments are not a must. Now for our weather for Thursday. Looking to the seas now for our marine forecast. That is the show for tonight. I hope you have enjoyed the show. We love to hear your feedback. So send us a message on our Facebook page, centralnews.tv, or email us news@tvcentral.co.nz. Coming up on tomorrow night's show, the latest on the river plan for Hamilton and Toby's Magic. Until then, I'm Hilary Entwistle, and I hope you have a lovely evening.
This has been an Alpha Media production, a division of Television Media Group.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.